Every time you earn credit card points, every time you get cash back, every time you feel like you just won something, there's a very real chance that you actually lost money without even realizing it. And today we're going to break down how credit card rewards quietly cost Americans billions of dollars every single year. Now, let's be very clear from the start. This is not about blaming anyone, and this is definitely not about saying credit cards are bad. This is about understanding how the system works. Because once you understand this, you start seeing money very differently. In the US, credit cards are no longer optional. They're part of daily life: groceries, gas, streaming subscriptions, flights, online shopping. And rewards programs are everywhere. They make spending feel productive. It feels strategic, it feels responsible, it feels like you're beating the system. But here's the question almost nobody asks: who is actually paying for these rewards? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Credit card rewards are not free. They are funded through interest payments, merchant processing fees, late fees. When you use cash, spending feels real, but when you use a credit card with rewards, it feels like earning. Psychologists call this reward justification. Instead of "I'm spending money," your brain thinks "I'm earning points." Once rewards enter the picture, spending stops feeling like a cost. Multiple behavioral studies have shown the same pattern. Let's look at a simple, realistic example. Spending increases by just 5 to 10%. Over a year, that becomes thousands of dollars. When you actually do the math, rewards often fail. Banks understand this extremely well. Interest quietly grows in the background. The middle class sits right in the middle. One of the most powerful tools: minimum payments. Interest doesn't pause, it compounds quietly. This isn't a conspiracy, it's design. So what do you do with this information? The safest way to use rewards is to treat them as a side effect. Because real financial progress isn't about rewards, status, or optimization. It's about control. And whatever rewards show up, you consider them a bonus, nothing more. The moment rewards start influencing your decisions, they stop working in your favor. That's why the first rule is simple: never spend more just to earn points. The second rule matters just as much: always pay the full balance. Not most of it, not when you can. Every month, in full. Because once interest enters the picture, rewards lose their meaning very quickly. It also helps to keep things simple: 1 or 2 cards, clear purpose, no chasing offers, no juggling bonuses. Complexity creates confusion, and confusion leads to mistakes. Another powerful habit is comparison. At the end of the year, look at how much you earned in rewards and compare it to how much you paid in interest. That single comparison changes perspective. It turns vague feelings into clear outcomes. But the biggest lesson here isn't really about credit cards. It's about incentives. In America, the financial system doesn't force anyone to lose money. It simply rewards certain behaviors and quietly penalizes others. Convenience is rewarded. Short-term comfort is rewarded. Long-term awareness is often ignored. Once you see that pattern, you start noticing it everywhere. Not just in credit cards, but in subscriptions, financing, and everyday financial choices. Credit card rewards aren't evil. They're not traps by default, they're just misunderstood. When you understand how they work, they stop controlling your decisions. You stop chasing points, you stop justifying spending, and you start focusing on outcomes instead. Because real financial progress isn't about rewards, status, or optimization. It's about control. And the moment you have control, the system stops working against you.